After years of intense occult training, Locke became an expert at tracking down monsters and purging their evil without hesitation. Fearless in the face of danger, with no tolerance for the guilty, Locke is on a mission to make the world a more honest place, one exorcism at a time. In-game, Locke is an AP assassin who turns early skirmishes into major advantages, snowballing into a devastating weapon against squishy enemy targets. It's time to lock in, mid laners. Welcome to the Locke Champion Spotlight. Let's start with Locke's passive Silver Stake, which empowers his auto attacks with bonus damage on hit. Silver Stake's damage increases based on the enemy's missing health, enabling him to deal more damage to weakened foes. Locke's Q is Ritual Nails. He throws a nail forward, damaging, marking, and slowing all enemies hit. He can recast this ability twice more before going on cooldown, with the slow improving on enemies with more marks. Attacking a marked enemy consumes the Ritual Nails, dealing significant damage per stack. Ritual Nails pierce, allowing you to get stacks on multiple enemies simultaneously. Be sure to aim them properly to maximize your damage. Next up is Locke's W, Soul Ignition, which increases his movement speed, decaying over a few seconds. While active, Locke suffers true damage based on his current health every second. When the ability ends, or is recast, Locke heals based on the champion damage taken, including self-damage, his missing health, and how long the ability was active. Soul Ignition can be recast while crowd control, so even if you're out of other options, make sure to heal back up before your opponent sends you to an early grave. Every assassin needs a way to stick to their target. Locke's E, Ashen Pursuit, lets him blink, dealing damage around him upon arrival. After casting, Locke's next attack will trigger a dash toward his target, damaging all enemies in his path. Ashen Pursuit also consumes Ritual Nail stacks, just as basic attacks would. Ashen Pursuit's dash is a fixed distance, so keep your positioning in mind when hunting down your foes. Whenever Locke secures a takedown, Ashen Pursuit's cooldown resets, allowing you to keep staking your claim across the enemy backline. Finally, Locke's ultimate is Purgatory. He throws his totem, which fires out to damage and slow enemies in that area. The totem stays open for several seconds. During that period, afflicted champions are executed if they drop below the health threshold, whereupon their souls are pulled inside the totem. If any souls were trapped, the totem seals itself and remains where it was thrown at the end of its duration. Locke can pick it up to partially refund Purgatory's cooldown and gain a permanent bonus for each afflicted champion who was killed. Purgatory's debuff is time-based, not distance-based. Run as far as you want, but if you're brought low while the totem is active, there is no escape. Fun fact, abilities like Yasuo's Wind Wall can't block the incoming totem toss, but they can interact with the missile it throws upon landing. Just a little detail that'll help you nail down players who don't know any better. You're welcome. Locke needs to be aggressive early and often to become a major threat. Look for opportunities to secure 3 Ritual Nail stacks and massively slow the enemy lane, especially if they're overextended in the laning phase. Time your Ashen Pursuit dash to cut off their escape route. Soul Ignition allows Locke to go all in on high-stakes plays. Use W to gain the movement speed needed to tower dive. Stay in the fight as long as you can, and recast the ability just in time to heal back up and survive the encounter. Early in the game, Locke has the damage and mobility he needs to take punishing trades against tankier champions. But Locke's damage doesn't scale off max health, so defensive items in the mid to late game can greatly hinder his kill potential. Use Purgatory and Ashen Pursuit resets to chain kills off their squishier teammates before taking them on. Like most assassins, Locke is relatively fragile and weak to crowd control. Coordinated ganks can punish his early aggression, and he'll struggle to get value from Ritual Nails if you approach him from different angles. However, if you leave Locke unmarked or take unnecessary risks in the laning phase, you'll have a hellish game ahead of you. If you love AP assassins or thrilling snowball champions like Echo or Zed, you'll enjoy the high-risk, high-reward gameplay Locke delivers. Exercise your inner and outer demons in style with Locke, the Ashen Exorcist.